Gurubhyo Namaha. During this Chaturmasa Vratam, we are in the middle of this Mahalaya Paksha, which is also known as the Pitru Paksha. Many of you are following the Vratam, gaining the knowledge, listening to Bhagavad Gita and some of Maharishi's talks on death, trying to resolve the karmic debts with your ancestors and people whom you know who have departed. In all of this, the most important thing to remember is that you are helping the other who has departed, who has been known to you, but at the same time, you are helping yourself more. You are freeing yourself from these karmic debts. You are freeing yourself from the guilt or sorrow and suffering that you are going through. You are bringing in the transformation for yourself as to how you can progress and be liberated. So here, during this 2-week period, the actual focus is you, as to how you resolve your emotions, your feelings, your sentiments, your shortcomings, in addition to the runam or the debt that you owe to others. So this is a very powerful period for somebody who is transcending, gaining the inner experience of the self and bringing the transformation and the expansion of the consciousness. This can indeed be a life-transforming experience. During this time, it is recommended to read Bhagavad Gita and also recite Vishnu Sahasranama and also recite or listen to Gajendra Moksham. So I thought I will speak a little bit about Gajendra Moksham. It will be done in 2 parts. The first will be the story and the second will be the stotra with the meaning. Before I begin the story, I just want to emphasize that I will keep the story very simple. Gajendra is described in great detail by many people. He has great qualities and also shortcomings which are seen in every unenlightened person or being. When one is not enlightened, then one is definitely influenced by the 6 inner enemies, which are the kama, which means desires including lust, krodha, which is anger, lobha, which is greed, moha means infatuation leading to attachment, Mada, which is expressed as Ahamkar, pride and arrogance, and Matsarya, which means jealousy and envy. In addition, one is swayed with Ragadvesha. Raga means attraction to something one feels pleasant, and this leads to attachment and bondage. And Dvesha means aversion to something which one perceives as unpleasant, and so it brings rejection and even hatred. So here Gajendra also had many extraordinary good qualities, but he was also affected by these 6 inner enemies and the Ragadvesha. It is said that in his past life, this great king of the elephants, Gajendra, was Indradyumna, a very great devotee of Vishnu. And the crocodile in this story is none other than Huhu, a Gandharva, who has received a curse and took the birth of a crocodile. So here we will see how Bhagavan Vishnu comes and liberates both these souls. Now let's get into the story. Again, this story is not mythology. It is a true story that happened during the reign of Tapasa Manu. In the midst of the Milky Ocean, there was a great mountain called Trikuta. It spanned in an area of about 80,000 miles, and it had 3 peaks of gold, silver and iron. This Trikuta mountain had many natural resources, precious minerals, gems, had innumerable waterfalls, and was adorned with beautiful trees and creepers. The waves of the ocean that surrounded the mountain brought rich deposits of emeralds, and that created a green carpet on the ground in all directions surrounding it. The beauty of this great mountain attracted many heavenly beings like the Siddhas, Charanas, Gandharvas, Vidyadharas, Kinnaras, Apsaras and Nagas, and they would come here just to sport in its beauty. In addition to the waterfalls, there were many lakes and rivers with crystal clear and sweet waters. In the foothills of the mountain was the garden called Ritumat, which was created by Varunadeva himself. In the middle of this beautiful garden, there was a very big lake which was adorned with many beautiful flowers, including the golden lotus blossoms. In the foothills of this mountain was the dwelling of Gajendra, the king of elephants. He was a very enormous and powerful being. His powerful appearance and bearing inspired not only fear in all the other animals, but also respect for him. One day, he went through the forest with his retinue of female elephants and calves, trampling upon the undergrowth, pulling and tugging at the creepers and the many trees, and enjoying the company of his herd and the beautiful environment. He soon felt thirsty and was attracted by the smell of the lotuses from the lake in the garden of Ritumat. So he entered the lake with his retinue of elephants and had his fill of the ambrosial sweet waters. He felt enchanted and got mesmerized by everything about the lake, which included the sweet smelling flowers, the bees buzzing in melody, the birds chirping, and the cooling waters. So he lingered for some more time and then finally decided to have a splash. So Gajendra filled his majestic trunk with water and proceeded to spray it over himself and his retinue. Now he got everyone involved in this water sport, and he was also tossing a few lotuses at his playmates, and he trumpeted in joy. Gajendra was having a blissful time, and in all his mirth, he created such a ruckus in the waters that the peace of the environment was disturbed. While having so much of fun, he was quite oblivious to the impending peril that he is about to encounter. Inside this lake, there lived a mighty crocodile who felt by all means that it is his home and these intruders have come and disturbed his peace. He felt disturbed enough to get very angry at Gajendra, caught hold of the front right foot of Gajendra and refused to leave it from his jaws. Gajendra tried to pull himself free with mighty effort. Even his retinue of elephants tried their best to help him, but the crocodile held the foot in his jaws and refused to budge. It is said that this fight between Gajendra and the crocodile went on for 1,000 years, and even the celestials wondered at their eternally lasting fight. Gajendra's spectacular strength fell short as time elapsed. All his retinue of elephants and the loved ones left him to his fate. The fight wore him down, and in this utter despair and distress, and because of his past good karma as Indradyumna, he remembered Bhagavan Vishnu. He prayed to Bhagavan Vishnu with complete surrender to the lotus feet. Here it is important to understand, because Gajendra prayed so ardently, surrendering himself completely to Bhagavan, Mahavishnu himself came to rescue him. Mahavishnu came seated on Garuda, his face resplendent and full of kindness, love and concern for his bhakta, and appeared before Gajendra in his yellow silk cloth and carrying the Sudarshan Chakra. Despite the great suffering and torture that Gajendra was going through, as soon as he saw Bhagavan, he plucked a lotus and offered it to him. Bhagavan accepted Gajendra's offering of the lotus, he got off from the Garuda's back to save him. In the presence of all the Devatas and Devas who were looking on, he severed the crocodile's head with his discus and then relieved the distressed elephant. Now Huhu, the Gandharva, was also released from the crocodile carcass, and he offered his salutations and left to his realm. All the Devas and Devatas showered flowers on Bhagavan and on Gajendra and were singing and dancing for joy upon witnessing this wonderful event. It is said that Bhagavan gave him Sarupya Moksha in the transcendental world, the Vishnu Loka. In this Sarupya Moksha, he attained the form of Bhagavan Vishnu, becoming one of his four-handed associates. This story has many deeper meanings, and some of the meanings are revealed when you listen to the prayers of Gajendra, which are known as Gajendra Moksha Stotram. I will continue with it tomorrow. In the meanwhile, I will leave you with one thought. Knowledge is structured in consciousness, and any of these stories or stotras from these Puranas will have different meanings as the consciousness rises. I will end here now. Jai Gurudev, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.